My throat tightened, my breathing stopped, I felt a wave of anxiety wash over me. Thought of pausing, of not immediately giving Wes what he wanted felt terrifying. Do you find yourself agreeing to things before you've even finished hearing the request, only to regret it later? I'm Dr. Annie Campanile, trauma survivor and professional coach. I was sitting in a therapy session describing how overbearing I felt my husband was. His name was Wes, a very charismatic man. He also struggled with alcohol abuse, and his moods swung unpredictably between enthusiastic joy and soul-sucking despair. I found myself responding to his every need or desire as quickly as possible, hoping that my attention and care would somehow heal his addiction. As you might have guessed, that didn't work. All it did was teach Wes to look to me to fulfill his every wish, which left me walking on eggshells, feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. That day in my counselor's office, after I had complained about Wes's rapid-fire requests, my counselor asked me a simple question that changed everything. She said, "Annie, what would happen if you took 3 breaths instead of answering Wes's requests right away?" My mind raced with imaginary scenes of Wes reacting by drinking or cheating on me again. I don't think I said anything to my counselor in that moment. I had gone into freeze mode, but I did listen to her, and I heard her say, "Annie, it is okay for you to take a moment to think before responding to Wes. You don't have to say yes right away or at all to anyone." I was 34 at the time, and that was the first time anyone had ever said that to me. With my counselor's help, I began practicing what I now call the power pause. Unlike last week's truth check, the power pause is something we use in real time, during interactions with others when they make a request of us. Instead of giving your answer immediately, first, take 1 slow, full breath. Then, feel your feet firmly placed on the floor. You might even wiggle your toes, or if you're standing, rock forward and backward so you can really feel your feet connect to the floor. And third, say these words: "Let me think about it and get back to you." That's it. You don't need to make a decision in that moment. You don't need to explain yourself. It's so simple, but honestly, when I first heard that from my counselor, I could not imagine saying it.